Yeah, as a young agency owner, I went the wrong way there. The fairness that I would insist upon was only outward. And so, people could mistreat us, ask for absurd things, and I'd like refund, or I was just so desperate not to piss anybody off. But
Yeah.
I like the emphasis that fairness needs to be a two-way street. And you actually need to stand your ground and say, yeah, I'm not going to do that.
And it's much too early. Like I had the same thing where we had people that took complete advantage of us in the beginning, and sometimes you couldn't fight because you were like, I remember I had a client ask us. He's like, "Hey, I'm about to raise money. I really need to keep cash. Can I just delay payment with you guys for 3 months while I close this round?" And at the time, we're like, you know what? Like, we want to be good to our clients. Like, sure. So we get to the end of the 3 months. He's like, "Your team's amazing. Da da da." And I go, "Hey, you raised your round, right?" He's like, yeah. I'm like, "Can you pay up your bills?" He's like, "No, I'm not going to pay those." Like, wow. What? He's like, "No, your team sucks." I'm like, "Oh, we were great when you wanted free work, but now that we're actually holding you accountable to pay." And he goes, and he said something along the lines of like, if you pursue this, I will run your name through the mud and make sure you never work with everyone again. And I will sue you and run you to the ground. And now I have $20 million so I can make your life hell. And like, just was an asshole. But I was a small business and I couldn't do anything about it. But it turns out the statutes of limitations on something like that's pretty long. So I waited a few years and then we went after him and got everything.
Did you really? With interest?
Yep. And he
awesome.
Same threats. But at that point, I'm like, dude, now I'm on par. Like, I didn't need to raise money. Now I have plenty. Like, fuck you too. And so, again, fair. I'm not saying that we like that and I will say, when someone's that obnoxious, it does bring me joy to put them in their place. Like, there's a point of that. It's like, you took advantage of me when I was hurting. Now that I'm not, like, we're going to go after this. And that's happened a few times. And it's like, and that's just, it's sad truth. But like, I talk to a lot of agency owners. If you haven't had a situation like that, you haven't been in business that long. Like, people take advantage. Not everybody does things for the right reasons. And if you're in business, you're going to deal with that. Same thing comes up when we do get feedback from our potential clients sometimes, like, "Hey, we saw these bad reviews." And pretty much every time I go to their website and show them their own bad reviews.
You do not do that.
These all valid? Like, it's like, we all deal with this. We all deal with these scumbags. It's just, the percentage I've seen is about 3% of people, in my experience, are just out of their fucking mind. And that is part of running a business. You just have to know that that's a part of it, that you're going to deal with some people that are just shitty and irrational.
Yeah. That's so funny. I'm going to steal that, go to their website and show them their bad reviews.
Oh, yeah. And it works, by the way. It's like,
it's a two-way street.
I had someone bring it up recently, like, "Hey, we saw a couple bad reviews. We're a little worried about it." And then they're like, "But we just looked at our own site and we have our own bad reviews." Like, they beat me to the punch. We're like, "We get it. We just want to be assured that like you're going to take care of us." Like, of course. Like, and again, we're talking about 6 bad reviews out of 4,500 customers. Like, it's like, obviously we're not just a disaster. Like, there's a few people that went sideways.
Welcome to Daily Google News. Today, I'm joined by 2 of my favorite people who, interestingly, followed a very similar career track in a lot of ways. Regina and Caden were both client managers that became strategists. And if you're joining us, having not already understood the construct of